Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2021 Memorial Day Parade. Councilman Mike Londo here with Dan Stachow, who's a Vietnam veteran. Dan, how are you today?
I'm doing fine, Councilman Londo, and yourself?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great.
Couldn't have asked for a better day for this parade.
Oh, this is ideal for the people involved in it. It's not too warm. They're not going to get all tired out and sweaty when they come down here, so they'll be good.
Exactly, and you know, we were walking the parade route earlier. People are really, really happy that the parade is back this year.
Without a doubt.
Being a veteran, Dan, what does this parade mean to you?
Well, it's a day for all of us to lay back, remember what happened to our veterans that never came home, and to appreciate what they did for us to keep our rights and privileges, and they paid the ultimate sacrifice, and the least we could do is honor them on this day. It's not the start of summer. It's to honor those who left us too soon.
Well, very well said, Dan. It's an emotional day for many people like Dan and for everybody in the community. So when we come back from break, we're going to be joined with the 2021 Memorial Day Parade. And we're back with the 2021 Memorial Day Parade. We're going to kick it off here with the Cub Scouts Pack 9885 Color Guard to begin.
Yeah, they are sponsored by VFW Post 985 BOVA, and I have to get up.
Dan, being a veteran, said he's going to stand for the first few color guards. How's it going, guys? Thanks for participating. They are followed by the Westland Police Motor Carrier Unit. We have our motorcycles,
Yeah.
nice Harley Davidsons.
They've been in
Officer Ute. How's it going, Officer Ute?
They've been in my neighborhood monitoring people that are speeding.
Yeah. So the
They
Cub
do a
Scouts
great
group.
job.
Yes, they have. The Cub Scouts are out here. Dan, were you ever in the Cub Scouts? How you doing,
Yes,
guys?
I was in the Cub Scouts. I hate to say that it was back in the 50s.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, they're out here passing out flags. Oh,
Thank
they
you.
gave them a flag. Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
They just passed out flags to us, so thank you to the Cub Scouts 9885. And now coming up behind one of our Westland Police cruisers is the
Bova.
VFW BOVA 9885 Color Guard, followed by the Grand Marshal, who's in a 1941 Cadillac. Isn't that car sweet, Dan?
Oh, that's a beautiful vehicle. A lot of work went into that, and it is like it's right out of the showroom floor.
Yes, it is.
You won't find very many more like that.
No, that thing's in great shape. Dan standing again. Oh, we got Council President Hart is leading the charge. Council President Hart, you look great in your blues. Council President Hart served 15 years in the United States Army. And he's a proud veteran, and proud to have him as our council president. And also,
And there's Benny Nino.
there's Benny Nino, our Grand Marshal. He's a World War II veteran, again in the 1941 Cadillac.
Cross them out.
And coming up next is our wonderful Westland Police Honor Guard. These guys participate in a lot of events. Chaim Kozak in the middle, carrying the Michigan flag, is
I gotta go.
Yep, please stand. Yes, please, Dan. Chaim Kozak is a Marine veteran. He was awarded a Purple Heart Award.
That color guard does a fantastic job at any event.
They do a
they're
great
at.
job. They do a great job. And here's our VFW Post 985 Commander, Mike Rakita. I asked him if he got his car washed earlier. He looked at me like I was crazy. Of course he did. Followed by the VFW 9885, the rest of the guys from the BOVA. Hey, guys, how you doing?
Yeah, and the auxiliary should be right behind them.
Yep, the BOVA does a great job. They have a lot of community events at the BOVA Post over on Hicks Road. You can't miss it if it's on Hicks Road between Ford Road and Warren Road. Just look for the tank and the tank crossing signs out front. You can't miss them.
Yep.
They have an event coming up on June 12th, a dedication ceremony for the new memorial. Dan, you know anything about that?
Yes, they're going to be dedicating a memorial that they put together, and also I believe in conjunction with that, they're going to have a flag retirement ceremony, which if you've never witnessed one, it would be beneficial to go and watch what happens to the flag in order to put it away.
We got a second. What if you don't mind, if you can touch on that just briefly? Just tell us exactly what that means.
The flag is dismantled in a certain form. The rivets are cut out, the brass rivets, the seam is cut out. There's a couple other things that happen with this. then it becomes just a rag when all this is done.
Okay.
But to get rid of it, to retire it completely, it's burnt, and they have a huge fire that burns all the flags.
Okay. Well, we appreciate that. I've witnessed it. I haven't witnessed it in person, but I saw it on WLND. There's a cheap plug for it. Here's our VFW auxiliary. Hi, guys. There's Dan's wife, his beautiful wife, Deanna Stachow. Council President Hart's wife, Linda's out here. They're part of our auxiliary. The auxiliary does a lot for the VFW.
I hope we don't have a whole lot more flags.
There's going to be a lot of flags. Dan's standing every time that the American flag goes by and saluting. We appreciate the VFW auxiliary. Everybody's all smiles today. I think there's more Bova guys there. We're so happy to have it back. Hey, guys, how are you? Thank you for your service. Thank you so much.
It's my honor and privilege to salute the American
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we appreciate you.
And some more vehicles from Bova.
Yeah. Those are some. So tell us a little bit about the vehicles. Like, what are they driving right now?
It's an old Jeep, and it's got a, looks like M50 machine gun on it.
Okay. And a canine dog on the back.
Oh, yeah,
I saw.
canines. Yeah. And I know this is an M50, and it's Benny Lipinski, who is the owner of that vehicle, and he's in a lot of different functions for veterans.
Okay. Well, those Jeeps, you talk about Jeeps, those Jeeps are built to last. So.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And here's our wonderful American Legion Post 251 from Westland, Michigan. Hey, gentlemen, thank you for your service. We appreciate you. So you see these wonderful trailers, Dan. What do you know about these trailers?
These are the trailers that were built 2 years ago by the students at John Glenn Technical School, and they did a fantastic job on them. We're working on adding some different signage for next year, but they did a fantastic job.
That's great. Yeah,
it's great.
There's a lot of our vets, they can't walk this long parade, but they want to participate. So that really gave them a chance to participate in the parade. So we really appreciate Westland Car Care, who's hauling the trailer, and we appreciate the students at Wayne-Westland Community Schools and the Votech Center. So more vehicles from the American Legion going by here.
Yeah, we've got a little red Mustang here.
Got another gentleman from the American Legion Post 251, Westland, Michigan. How's it going? Nice sharp Mustang going by. Now we're
here we go, Chevrolet Chevelle.
Oh, nice. Got some nice vehicles going by here. American Legion came out in style.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. They do a whole lot of things for the community.
Yeah.
There's probably everyone's favorite, the yellow
Oh,
vet.
yeah, the yellow Corvette. That's beautiful. Love it. He's taking a picture of us. The folks at home can't see, but he's taking a picture.
We're hiding behind the screen.
How are you guys?
And
then here's the veterans from Ashford Court.
Yep.
The World War II veteran bus.
Yep, there were 8 of them that came out, and they chose their Grand Marshal.
That's awesome.
And
we
tried to decide which one was going to be the Grand Marshal, and it was one that was most decorated.
Yeah. And Ashford Court's a senior housing community here in Westland. It's on Joy Road. Beautiful facility. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, make sure to check it out. If you have elderly that need assisted living, make sure to check out Ashford Court, located right on Joy Road here in our All-American city. Now we got the Westland area JCs coming. They are well represented today.
Yes, they are.
Looks like Councilwoman Rakowski's leading the charge with the JCs. We got President Hart's daughter. Westland area.
Right behind the JCs is.
Yeah, I just want to talk a little quick about John Glenn High School Marching Band is coming out.
Good looking group.
Great looking
players. Yep. Glad to see they all came out on a day like today.
Why don't we take just a second, let them play for just a second. Get you pumped up, I don't know what does. For those at home that you're watching, you have students that'll be in the 8th grade or higher for the 2021-22 school year in the Wayne-Westland School District. You can sign up for the marching band, John Glenn High School. Just go to johnglennmusic.com. You can find more information on that, or they have a Facebook page as well at John Glenn High School.
And there's always openings for anybody, so just go ahead and sign up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Were you ever in band, Dan?
No.
No? I know I couldn't play an instrument if my life depended on it.
They wanted me to be in a choir, be a tenor.
Okay.
When I start singing, they told me 10 or 12 miles away.
There you go. So this is the WYAA, which is our Westland Youth Athletic Association parade flow. Hey, guys. We got the Cubs, the Braves. Oh, look at those faces.
Look at them
awesome.
all. Look at them all.
Great times, yeah. So baseball is going on right now. We got beautiful ball fields here in our All-American City to play. They're full every weekend. I see these kids out there practicing and playing. There's some over at Jefferson Barnes. Hey, guys.
And in the fall, they'll be out there. In the fall, they'll be out there playing soccer.
Yeah, soccer and
football.
To segue right into it, Dan, football. We got
there
the
you
Westland.
Go. There's the Meteors.
There's our world champion Westland Meteors coming out. I don't know if you know, but the Westland Meteors won the Hall of Fame World Championship title just a few years ago. I believe that was 2018. I played for the Meteors, so I'll give a big round of applause to our Meteors. Go Blue!
And I believe that game was held at Hall of Fame Field in Canton, Ohio.
It was. So I'm a Meteor alumni, so we appreciate them. If you want more information on them as well, they're on Facebook. You can check them out, Westland Meteors on Facebook. And also you can go to thewyaa.com to get more information on anything WIA and youth sports.
They excel in everything they do.
Oh, absolutely. And the coaches and the parents do a great job. I see they're all out here well represented, so we appreciate them.
They're the smart one with the umbrella.
Yeah, yeah. But, yeah, we got the cheerleaders. Don't forget about the cheerleaders. Right. They all do a great job. And then coming up next, the Westland Comets. That was my rival, okay? So funny story. This was my rival growing up, the Westland Comets. And then, family changes everything, okay? So when my nephew started playing football, he played for the Comets. So guess what I had to do, Dan? I had to take off my Meteor hat, and I had to join the Comet side. So go Comets.
Trade colors.
We appreciate you guys. They're also a great organization of parents and volunteers that put this organization together. You can sign up now for cheerleading or football for the 2021 season.
And, of course, it's never too early to sign up.
Never too early to sign up.
Get some
great organization.
Get some early practice in.
Seeing some familiar faces out here. That's good stuff. Good stuff. We appreciate everything from you guys. So, yeah, if you want to sign up for any of these or want more information, you can go to thewyaa.com to get more information on any of these youth sports that just went by. We appreciate them all for appearing today.
Yep. They could be out there doing some other things, but they took the time to honor the veterans that are no longer with us.
So now we got the Distinguished Young Women of Wayne-Westland coming up. The Distinguished Young Women of Wayne-Westland is a great organization. They have every year they have an event at Wayne Memorial High School, I believe, and it's trying to find my notes here, and I lost it. Here we go. It was founded in 1958 in Mobile, Alabama, and the Distinguished Young Women is the largest and oldest national scholarship program for high school girls. Hey, there's Mayor Wild. We got Mayor Racy from Wayne, Councilman McDermott, Councilman Jim Godbout, Councilwoman Rutkowski. I see Councilwoman Skiff from City of Wayne is also here. Councilman Alfred Brock from the City of Wayne is also here. I apologize if I missed anybody. I was looking at my notes briefly there. There's our Wayne-Westland School Board President, David Cox.
Yeah, that's a nice Eldorado convertible.
We appreciate you. Yep. We appreciate all elected officials. Dan, let's talk about that briefly. How important is it to have the support from elected officials when you're being a veteran?
It's highly important because a lot of us back our local officials, and they reciprocate in some ways, and it's great to see that they are involved in whatever the veterans are doing.
Absolutely. Hey, Congresswoman Talib is here.
Hi, hello,
I'll give you some. And then Councilwoman Green's also walking through here, so we appreciate her. And now coming up, we have there we go.
There you go.
This is the American Legions Riders Post 396. If you didn't know who they are, you do now. You can hear them coming down the street from a mile away.
Yeah, they come out of Garden City, but they always put on a fantastic show. Right there off.
It's a great day to be on a bike, isn't it?
Oh, beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
Weather's just right for them. They're not overheating or anything of that nature.
Some have helmets on and some don't.
No.
It's a beautiful day. Yeah. She's even got the tricycle going, a couple tricycles going. Or three-wheelers, is that what they're called?
Yep, bikes, yep.
We appreciate them all.
I'm surprised Don Nicholson isn't in there with his.
Yeah. Well, to end it off here, it looks like we got our Westland Fire Department. There's our battalion chief. How's it going? Good to see you.
And the
rescue number 1 coming out. Our advanced life support. We appreciate them. And Engine 1. Engine 1 and Rescue 1 you can find on Central City Parkway at the Ralph Savini Fire Station, our brand new fire station over on Central City Parkway behind City Hall.
And they're always so clean.
We
Always working on those vehicles.
We appreciate all that they've done for our community. And there's Sergeant Skeens from the Westland Police Department. Hey, Sergeant. Sergeant Skeens.
Traffic and safety.
Yep, he heads up our traffic department from the Westland Police Department. Well, it was short and sweet this year, but you know what? It was great to have it back. It was very exciting.
Weather.
Beautiful weather.
A lot of participants.
Absolutely.
Always looking for more. So if you're interested, give us a call for next year. We're going to start working on next year's parade shortly.
Absolutely. We'll put more information on the screen on how you can get more information on the parade to participate next year, and we'll hope to see you here next year.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Westland 2021 Memorial Day Parade and Ceremony. Today is not a happy Memorial Day, nor is any Memorial Day happy. It is solemn, it is somber, because we are here to remember those that have fallen. Given our invocation today, in your programs it says Michael Massey will be Ronnie Cyrus, U.S. Army.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather today under your beautiful infantry blue canopy we call a sky, Lord, we just thank you for the opportunity to gather together to remember that death ends a life, not a relationship. And we are thankful for all who have come today to remember those who have gone before. In your name we pray. Amen.
Now playing the national anthem is the John Glenn High School and Wayne Memorial High School marching bands. Please stand. Please be seated. In today's parade, we are honored by having World War II veteran Benny Nino as our Grand Marshal. Unfortunately, Mr. Nino had to go back to his residence, but I want to acknowledge Mr. Benny Nino, World War II veteran. It is my distinct honor to introduce our first speaker, the Mayor of Westland, the Honorable William R. Wild. I'm all over the place right now, so it's okay.
Thank you. First of all, on behalf of the City of Westland, to all the veterans that are with us here today, we want to say thank you for your service. And also, it's a pleasure today to see our two communities coming together, Westland and Wayne, to honor our veterans today. And it's equally enjoyable to see both the marching bands from John Glenn High School and Wayne Memorial High School as part of the program today. I think this year's parade was a huge success, and today's Remembrance Ceremony will serve to remind all of us the true meaning of Memorial Day. The fact that these festivities were able to take place today at all is a true testament to the resilience and dedication of so many people who work together to make it happen in the city of Westland and the city of Wayne as a whole. So I want to say a big thank you to all the organizers of the parade and the ceremony and those who marched or rode in procession, the city council members from Westland that joined us today, Mayor Racy and the city council members from the city of Wayne. Our congressional woman Rashida Tlaib was also with us here today. She's with us. And each and every one of you, thank you all for making sure that our fallen heroes are not forgotten here in the great city of Westland. It felt good today to be part of something big again. And I think today was the perfect entry point back into normalcy. Memorial Day in Westland, much like the last 14 months, is always an emotional roller coaster. The parade is full of smiling faces, kids waving flags, and veterans greeting each other and sharing stories. And then the mood changes as we transition over to the Remembrance Ceremony and watch the placement of the wreaths to honor our fallen heroes. That is kind of how things have gone for many of us over the last year. We felt joy in the simple little things throughout the pandemic, but we also experienced great loss. While it's great to celebrate the good times, and we all welcome the return of this annual tradition to our great city, that also means that we have to remember the heartbreak of loss as well. And that's why we take this day to remember all those brave men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice to preserve the freedoms that we all enjoy today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Wild, for those poignant words. It is my honor to introduce the Mayor of Wayne, the Honorable John Racy.
Thank you. I too want to thank our veterans for the sacrifices that you've made and your fallen friends that we remember today. And also, it's great to see the band out here. I know it's been 18 months since we've seen stuff with our high school kids being able to perform. And like Mayor Wild said, it does bring everything together today. And it's really nice that this is happening and that we're able to bring everybody as our first major event of our two cities together. On behalf of the City of Wayne, I want to thank the City of Westland for inviting me here today. Memorial Day is our nation's day to remember those who died, giving their all for the country they loved. It is not a day to commemorate war. It is a day to celebrate valor and patriotism, to decorate the graves as a reminder of the cost of war, and to commemorate the lives sacrificed by men and women. And it is also a day to grieve those left behind. Today, people throughout the country will gather together to remember, to honor, and to pay gratitude to those who have served our country. Our gathering is just one small spark in the flame of pride that burns across this nation today and every day. It's not a lot, but it's one small way we can honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can live in freedom. Your presence here today and that of the people gathering all across America is a tribute to those lost troops and to their families. It is a way to say, we remember. Thank you for attending today. God bless you and your families. God bless our troops, and God bless America.
Thank you, Mayor Racy. Now for our guest speaker, retired Sergeant First Class U.S. Army, Ronnie Cyrus.
Distinguished guests, Congressman Tlaib, thank you so much for being here, but especially my World War II, Korean, Vietnam veterans. As a son of a Vietnam veteran, it is always special to know that the reason I had such a wonderful homecoming during my last deployment was because of what you made happen for us. May that never happen again. Death ends a life, not a relationship, and certainly not a friendship. That was shared to me by Frank D. Barbie, my best friend, now deceased, Korean War veteran. I want to share a couple names with you right now. Be patient with me. Justin Ellsworth, Eugene Alex, Jonathan Deering, Joshua Yeomans, David Folsom, Jarrell Butts, Matthew Soper, Tony Birch, Maxwell Fonte, Holly Magoo, Jonathan Phelps, Greg Sapp, Bobby Grady, Lieutenant Colonel Donald Digger Odell, Jack Harvey, John Wayne Dusty Markham, U.S. Navy SEAL, Matthew Weber, my cousin Shane Reifert, Kenneth Rice, Wally Triplett, and a few Congressional Medal of Honor recipients from Michigan, Dwayne Williams, Lieutenant Charles Thomas, Harold Furlong, Oscar Johnson, my friend, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Kettles, and my buddy, Sean Michael Wilding. Those are a few service members that I have had the opportunity to serve in and around with who have touched my life greatly, who are no longer with us. And so today, Memorial Day, has a special meaning to me. Because you see, no fallen service member is ever forgotten until their name is no longer spoken. I have heard this on more than one occasion, and I apologize for not knowing who first spoke or wrote those simple words. Holly Magoo, U.S. Army, just up the road, Taylor, Michigan. Holly Magoo had been grooming herself for the Army since she was in high school. For 4 years, she was a cadet in the Junior Reserves Officers Training Corps, known as the JROTC, at Truman High School in Taylor, showing up once a week in uniform, decked out with medals she had earned. Her guidance counselor said she was totally dedicated to going into the Army, that it was her destiny. Holly enlisted in the Army on April 1st, 2002, at the age of 17. And after high school, and just a few short months after, while many of her high school peers were still working after-school summer jobs, Holly was headed for the real thing and was fulfilling her destiny, and was assigned to the 4th Infantry Division at Fort Hood, Texas. In October of 2003, a female soldier in her unit was killed near Saddam Hussein's palace gates. Holly's family spent days fearing their worst nightmare had come true, but Holly, 2 days later, called home to tell her family she was fine. Holly also assured her family then that if she died, that they would remember that she died for a reason and for a cause that she believed in that was greater than herself. On the last day of January 2004, Specialist Holly Magoo had been in Iraq almost a year when she and 2 other soldiers were killed by a roadside bomb that exploded as her convoy passed Kirkuk in northern Iraq. Holly was 19 years old. As of today, Specialist Holly Magoo is the only Michigan servicewoman to have died in the Iraq War. It was Union General William Tecumseh Sherman who said, "It is only those who have neither fired a shot nor heard the shrieks and groans of the wounded and dying who cry aloud for blood, more vengeance, and more desolation. War is hell." Unquote. We should be mindful and try to remember that the decisions that lead to war are those of policymakers, not the veterans themselves, and certainly not by the Gold Star mother or father who has lived the nightmare and continues to live it after receiving a knock on the door and tried to listen to the words of a casualty notification officer that does their best to not stumble over the words of "on behalf of the Secretary of Defense, it is with great sorrow." Sometimes the mission is clear-cut. In World War II, millions were liberated and truly evil regimes and ideologies were toppled. The price, however, can still be unbelievably painful, as Emma and Willy Labrecht experienced. The Jewish couple fled Nazi Germany with their 2 young sons in 1938. 7 years later, their 2 sons, Ferdy and Alfred, made the supreme sacrifice for their new country while fighting Germans in Europe. In his books, Brothers in Arms, author Kevin Callahan noted that the memory of those 2 brave brothers who escaped Nazi Germany only to perish in its destruction will always live on. And this is why we are here today, to recall not just the memories of Holly Magoo and the Labrecht brothers, but to honor the sacrifices made by the 1 million heroes who died while defending this country since the American Revolution. And the sacrifice is painfully shared by the Gold Star families, next of kin, and close friends of those heroes. Most of us will not truly understand the depths of their despair unless we have experienced it. But what we can do is offer our support and simple gratitude. We can speak their names. We can place flags and wreaths on their caskets and their graves. We can donate to the charities that provide for their families or a cause that they were passionate about. And we can look at their surviving brothers and sisters in arms and say, thank you for your service. But today is not that day. We thank them for their service. When rounds are coming your way, there is no such thing as a small war. More than 1,600 Americans have lost their lives fighting in covert operations and Cold War battles that occurred between the designated war period since the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. We honor their sacrifice as much as we honor those lost on Iwo Jima or the frozen Che-San, jungles of Vietnam, deserts of Iraq, or the mountains of Afghanistan. We are here today to honor all of our fallen heroes from Fallujah in the Philippines, Khe Sanh and Kandahar, Beirut and Baghdad, and even Grenada. We honor American heroes who have fallen from the American Revolution through the global war on terror and every battle in between. The location is unimportant. It is the hearts of these men and women that truly matter. It is the devotion within them that led to sacrifice their lives for a country they loved. It is hard for us, the living, to equate ourselves with those who have made such a sacrifice. The surviving loved ones, however, do not have to look very hard in their hearts and very far in their hearts to find their heroes. As Specialist Holly Magoo stated to her mom, if I die, I died for a reason and a cause that I believe. I believe in it because it is greater than myself. We should all look into our own hearts. We may not only find our heroes, but we can examine what type of country that we live in. No matter what critics can say about America, can a nation that produces such remarkable men and women be anything but a force for good? To our nation's critics, both internal and external, I say this. This nation is far from perfect, just like any other family that's sitting here today. But it is the flag of this nation that so many have served that provides for this nation, a flag that also serves as a healing blanket that does its best to right the wrongs of the past, to give us hope for a better and all-inclusive future so that we can be proud to do more to create that future America that is worthy and will always be worthy of such sacrifice. Because of the Gold Star family, we must insist that our policymakers always consider the true cost of their decisions and only send men and women to war when all options have been fully considered. War is seldom the best policy, but the heroes that our nation has produced in times of war are the best of what America has ever had to offer. Lieutenant General George Patton said it best, "It is foolish and wrong to mourn the men who died. Rather, we should thank God that such men existed." So say their names. Say their names. Thank you for being here. God bless our Gold Star families. God bless those who wait for us on the high ground beyond. God bless you. And God bless the America that I love.
Thank you, Mr. Cyrus, for those poignant words. And of course, now my speech is. There we go. In America's cities and towns today, flags will be set on graves and cemeteries as they blow in the wind. These flags will be small monuments to represent the sacrifice and the valor of those whose memory we honor. What else can we do to add now to the silent testimony of those who gave their lives willingly for their country? Words are even more feeble on this Memorial Day, for the vision before us is that of a resilient and noble nation that stands in silence and remembers those who were loved and who, in return, loved their countrymen enough to die for them. Yet we must strive to honor them, not for their sakes alone, but for our own. And if words cannot reimburse the debt we owe these men and women, certainly with our actions, we must endeavor to keep faith with them, with the vision that guided them to battle until final sacrifice. Our primary obligation for that to them and to ourselves is simple enough. The United States and the freedom for which it stands, the freedom for which they died, must endure and prosper. Their lives remind us that freedom is not obtained cheaply. It has a price. It imposes a burden. And just as whom we commemorate, who are prepared to sacrifice their lives, so too must we, in a less final, less heroic way, be ready to give of ourselves. Each died for a cause they believed, more important than their own lives. While they didn't volunteer to die, they volunteered to protect values for which men and women have always been willing to die if need be. And how they must have desired, in all the unpleasantness that war brings, that no other generation of young men and women to follow would have to undergo that similar experience. As we honor their memory today, let us pledge that their lives, their sacrifices, their valor shall be justified and remembered as long as God provides life to this nation. And let us also pledge to do our utmost to carry out what must have been their final wish, that no other generation of young men and women will ever have to share their experiences and repeat their sacrifice. There are those today who say that there are no heroes. They just don't know where to look. They are laid to rest in the sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with the row upon rows of white markers. They are in our local cemeteries, which are marked with flags today blowing in the wind. They are names on a black granite wall in Washington, D.C., and they are represented by a gold star hanging in a window and a folded-up flag. These men and women represent a tiny fraction of price that has been paid for our freedom. Let us remember them and honor them, not only today, but every day. At this time, we're going to have the presentation of the wreaths. First presenting on behalf of the Vietnam Veterans of America is Dan Stachow. Next, presenting on behalf of the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 9885 BOVA, the Commander, Michael Rokita. I thought it was going to be you, Mike. I'm sorry. Little cross communication. Now was Joe presenting, and now here's Dan Stachow. You have duct tape. Of course, my father says, do I have duct tape? Presenting on behalf of BOVA 9885 Auxiliary is President Eric Stoddard.
It is very.
For American Legion Post 251, we have James Saunders and Ronald Nichols. Daniel Valdez, 90-year-old Korean War combat veteran. Sorry, folks, there was a little bit of a mix-up. Presenting on behalf of the Vietnam Veterans America is Douglas Stemler. Next, presenting on behalf of the Westland Police Department is Officer Thomas Lawson, U.S. Army, and Officer Shane Kozak of the United States Marine Corps. And last but not least, representing the Westland Comets is Jimmy, and Westland Meteors, Victoria. Thank you for all the presentation and the wreaths. At this time, I'd like to invite everybody to rise and join me in the saying of the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your hand over your heart or salute if you would like to. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing while we have the ceremonial lowering of the flag to half-staff by VFW District 4 Senior Vice Commander Orville Beauchamp. Please remain standing as there will be a firing detail, 3 volleys of rifle fire, followed by the playing of echo taps. Honor Guard, please conduct the duties of your station.
Detail, attend, hook, port, arms. Ready, aim, fire. Aim, fire. Aim, fire. Order, arms.
Thank you. You may be seated. No event ever happens just willy-nilly. There is always, it takes a village to put on a ceremony like this. Even though I was the chairman from BOVA for the ceremony, I relied heavily on Dan Stachow, Dave Evans, Eric Stoddard from the auxiliary, Sherry from the auxiliary, and last but definitely not least, Vic Barra. Everybody came together to ensure that this ceremony would have the proper reverence and respect that it deserves. At the ceremony is concluded. At this time, everybody is invited back over to VFW 9885, BOVA. It's on 6440 Hicks Road. There will be refreshments and drinks. Thank you.
Thank you.